Hi, day 35 of the travel vlog, and what's the video all about today then?
Today we're diving a little bit deeper into each place that we're going to stop at. We've decided that we would spend more time doing more deeper research. So we've researched our first destination, which is Kuala Lumpur.
Hence the notes.
We have notes, our good old notes again. And the first thing that was recommended to us in our research in Kuala Lumpur was a must-see is the Kuala Lumpur city icons and skyline views.
Yeah, makes sense, because that's something I'd like to go and have a look at.
Yes, I think it's quite famous for that. So we've dived a bit deeper into that just to find out a little bit more about where we can possibly go, what we might experience there, etc., etc.
Okay, so number one is is it the Petronas?
Yeah.
Petronas Twin Towers.
Yes.
Which obviously is a massive building that, it was the tallest building in the world at one time at 452 metres.
It was, but
and
then
you see it on telly, don't you?
Yes, but I think it obviously in more recent years has got superseded by others. So I think the one in Dubai is the tallest one in the world at the moment. Whether it'll stay that, it remains to be seen. But
how high can they go?
Yeah, exactly.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'd be up in the clouds if they go much higher.
Yes.
So it stands at an impressive 452 metres high, as Patrick said.
Yeah.
And it's most famous for its Skybridge.
Yeah, now, which is between the two, isn't it?
Yes.
So there's two towers.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
And then the Skybridge across.
Yes. So I wasn't sure entirely what a Skybridge was, but when I looked into it further, this particular Skybridge is a double-decker bridge, and it's made out of glass and steel.
Right. Okay.
So that you get obviously the best view, and it is obviously attaching one tower to the other, and it's an internal walkway.
Right, so it's not a restaurant or
no,
a cafe area.
Literally just a double-decker bridge.
Right, okay, cool.
That is going between each tower. So what can we do there? So it's recommending that we book a slot to walk across the Skybridge, because I think this is potentially the most visited place in Kuala Lumpur.
Wow, wouldn't surprise me.
So I think we are going to expect big crowds there.
Which I don't like.
Which is not our favourite, to be fair.
But I think it's a must whilst we're there.
But it's something that we have to do, and I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine, because I'm hoping that the experience and the views will be worth it. But let's read on.
Yeah. Have you been there?
Yeah. Was it worth it?
Was it worth the waiting and the queuing?
Yeah. Hopefully we won't have to queue for too long. But yes, it does say that you have to book in advance. So don't just turn up there, because you might be disappointed.
Yeah.
And once you've done the Skybridge, it recommends heading up to the 86th floor.
Right. Okay.
To go and see the whole of Kuala Lumpur, basically a 360-degree view of Kuala Lumpur.
So that's just a viewing station as well, is that?
Well, it's not a viewing station. It's internal again, but it's all glass, so that it gives you the opportunity to see the whole of the city 360 degrees.
Cool.
But it is all inside. There is nothing outside at the Petronas Towers.
Okay, so they obviously recommend doing that at certain times of day and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, so that they say that the best time is either sunset or early evening. Because apparently the view looks better when the lights are on. So when it's dark and all of the building lights are on.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I prefer to see it in the day.
I suppose because it's a city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a better picture, I suppose.
Maybe. I don't know. But I would have thought the daytime you'd want to see the whole city. But it is saying that, that's the best time to go.
Maybe just between the two.
Yeah, just as the lights are coming on. So I think that's what it's saying. So try and time it so that it's still light when you get there, but you're still there for when it's starting to get dark, I suppose, when the lights come on.
Okay.
So the prices as of 2024 are adults, non-Malaysian visitors this is an RM of 98, which is the equivalent of about £17 in British money.
Right, £17 British sterling.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So it's not a bargain basement price.
No, it's not. They've there's definitely the tourist bit, isn't it?
I think so. I think this is the tourist trap area
Yeah.
of Kuala Lumpur. And for children, it's RM50, and that's the equivalent of £9. So you buy online to avoid fully booked slots. So I think it's very strictly monitored, shall we say, and you're
so
given
many
your
people.
time slots, and you have to stick.
There's
to
probably
them.
weight restrictions and everything when you think about it on a bridge like that.
Yeah, and they have to control the influx of the tourists, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, and it has to be done in an orderly fashion.
Yeah, yeah, because when you think you're quite high up, so you've got fire regulations and all the rest of it. So there's a lot going on.
Yes, so it moves us on to what to expect when you get there. Again, like we've just mentioned, it's all timed because it's pre-booked.
Yeah.
You get a guided entry, and it can feel a little bit rushed.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be there long. I think it's
a quick experience.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite a quick experience from the sounds of it. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's worth it.
Yeah.
It might be just for the photo. Who knows?
Yeah, and if you have been there, please do let us know what your thoughts are about it. If you really enjoyed it and you thought it was worth the money.
Yeah.
We get amazing photos there, so hopefully we'll get an amazing video for you as well.
So you don't have to pay the £17, and you don't have to sit around all day
and stand in the queues, and be told where to go and when. That's another thing you don't like, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it does again say that lines can be long even with a booking, so arrive early.
Yes.
So there's going to be waiting around.
It's not sounding great for me at the moment, to be honest with you. But I think it's one of those experiences that you just have to put up with, don't you? You have to put up with the queues and everything to experience that that view and that moment.
Yes.
I suppose.
Yeah, and it is considered a must do.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we will.
If we're in Kuala Lumpur, we've got to do it. It's a bit like being in Paris. You've got to go up the Eiffel Tower, really. But then I've been in Paris a couple of times, and I've never gone up the Eiffel Tower because of the queues.
I've never even been to Paris, so yeah. So it's saying the view is great, but a bit glassy, sterile feeling compared to an open air deck.
But I was expecting that anyway. That's what kind of makes sense to me.
Yes. On to
number 2, Kuala Lumpur Tower, which is Menara.
Yeah. And what is it? What is the Kuala Lumpur Tower? So it's a 421 metre tall telecommunications tower.
All right.
That obviously you can access as a visitor.
Yep.
So it's not much smaller than the Petronas, because the Petronas is 452 and this one is 421.
So it's only 30 metres.
Yeah, so it's
31
not much
metres.
smaller. And they have an observation deck at the height of 276 metres, which is higher than the Petronas Skybridge.
I did look at the notes earlier, and to be honest with you, I think this is a nicer one.
Oh, I think it's sounding a bit nicer as well. And it has, how amazing is this? A glass skybox that is extended out over the city.
Oh, that's going to be spooky if you don't like heights.
Yes. Now, I think, again, it's going to be busy, and I think it is probably just a photo opportunity.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to be able to stand in this box, as I would like to do, and just take it all in. I think it is a case of, right, you get in there, take a picture.
I suppose there's weight restrictions as well.
Yes. But, I mean, I think that would be a really great-looking picture, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So what you do when you get there, you will stand in the skybox for a good photo opportunity with the city below your feet.
Wow.
Now, again, I don't know how I feel about that. Like actually looking down and seeing the city through the box.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great experience, I think.
I must admit, it's quite a weird feeling. I worked on the British telecommunications tower a long time ago when they first put computers in there, big computers, and I stood I can't remember how high, but very high on the telecommunications tower
in
London, and when you looked down, it was a funny feeling in your tummy.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting,
Yeah,
actually.
a very funny feeling. To me, I just wanted to fly. It was quite weird.
And obviously, this one, which is a bit different to the Petronas Twin Towers, you can enjoy the outdoor open air observation zone,
which is quite nice.
Yeah. Now I've looked at that online, and it does look really nice. It looks quite spacious. For you to walk around and stop, and I think there was a little wall from memory that you can lean over.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of that because it's totally open air.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it rains, it has to be shut.
Yes.
But fingers crossed that's not going to happen. And there's also now this I think I've seen it on the telly. I think.
Have you?
I think so, but I didn't know if it was actually real. I didn't know if it existed. And that is the revolving restaurant.
How cool's that?
So they've got a restaurant in this tower, and it moves as you're eating, as you're dining in there.
That is brilliant.
How amazing that! You don't even have to get up to see the view.
So I can tell you now, that's a must for us.
I think it's going to have to be.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is, doing my research, it was very, very painful trying to find out information about this restaurant.
All right, okay.
And I presumed that I would be able to go direct to them to make a booking, because obviously it's recommending you have a booking, and find out all about it. That's not the case. I couldn't find anything direct with them. If you've ever been, or you know of a way of booking direct, please put it in the comments, because I would be ever so grateful, because I'm still struggling with that. And there are third parties that sell tickets to go in there. But again, I just found it all very confusing. So my research...
So it's not straightforward.
Yeah, and again, the actual restaurant is called Atmosphere 360. But then when I clicked on the link to then take me to place a booking, it took me to a third party where it was called Orbit. So again, that confused me, and I had to dig deeper to find out, is this actually the same place? It is the same place. I think Orbit is the overall name for that area, whereas the actual restaurant is called Atmosphere 360.
Okay.
And if you go there, you A, have to definitely book, B, you have to wear smart, casual, or easy glam clothes.
What's an easy glam?
I don't know what easy glam is, but maybe if you want to be a bit glamorous, they're saying yes, you can.
Yeah.
But what is an absolute no-no is shorts and sleeveless clothing, which I think is really worth noting, because many women have I have sleeveless dresses and sleeveless tops.
Yes.
So it's worth knowing that you can't have bare sleeves in there.
All right. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. And from my research, I found out that a dinner is approximately, in British money, £38. But my understanding is that they do all buffet style food.
Okay.
So it's not a la carte. It's not delivered to the table.
So again, you'll have to be careful with the gluten-free, won't you?
Yes. So I do need to go off and do some extra research now about whether there's gluten-free options. I'm sure there will be.
Yeah.
Within the food options, or you can book a high tea, and that is only £17 per person.
Okay.
And the difference, I think, between the two was dinner was obviously hot food. And high tea, it had a selection of sandwiches, but it also had some Thai hot foods as well. But I'm guessing they're more nibbly foods,
Picky food, yeah.
Yeah, like more snacky.
Street type food.
Yeah, maybe more snacky foods.
Okay.
But again, if you know better, please let us know, because I really would like to go there.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that it's moving.
I mean, you've got to go. Again, it's something to experience, isn't it?
Yes. So the prices for that, apart from the restaurant, the observation deck is RM49, which is equivalent of £8.50. The Sky Deck and the Skybox combo is a separate price, and that's RM110, so that's £19. So that's totting up.
So again, it's £2 dearer than the other one, really, because that was £17 for adults. But to be fair, I think you've got to do both if you're going.
Yes. And they do family tickets and off-peak prices, but they're cheaper online.
Okay.
And what to expect? This is what we like. It's often less crowded than the Petronas.
Yes.
Which surprises me because of the restaurant.
Yeah.
It really surprises me. The glass skyboxes are Instagram famous. But you do get a short queue to wait for photos. So like I said, it's just a photo opportunity, really. There's a higher vantage point than the Skybridge.
All right.
And there's a better sense of fresh air thanks to the semi-open deck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So arguably they're saying
it's much more
fun.
Still touristy.
Yeah.
But less rigid than the Petronas.
Yeah.
It must be because they get less people there. They don't have to be as strict, I suppose.
And number 3, Heli Lounge Bar. Now this is an interesting one because it's a working helicopter pad by day.
Yeah. And a rooftop bar by night.
Yeah. So no landing at night.
Yeah. And this is another one I'd really like to get to.
It's quite weird because it does talk about there's no railings or anything.
I know. So we'll come on to that now. But yeah, it's I would like to do it. So already, how much is that we've spent? But yes, I would like to do it. So the Heli Lounge Bar, it's a working helipad by day, like you said, and a rooftop bar by night. It's the 34th floor of Menara KH building. And like you said, there's no barriers, there's no glass.
It's fully open air.
Fully open air. It's a working helipad. So
if it starts to rain, you've got to get inside.
Yes. Well, I think they actually shut they won't open if it's suspected of rain. So what you do there? So you arrive between 5 and 6 p.m. for free entry. So that's good.
Yeah, they only charge for drinks.
They charge for you to have a drink. So it's somewhere for you. It's literally just a bar for you to go and get a drink. You can watch the sunset with 360-degree views, which would be really cool. And you can stay on as you can watch the Skyline light up.
Yeah.
So Petronas Towers looks amazing from there, apparently.
Yeah, and I bet it does. That sounds cool.
And after 9 p.m, there's a small dance floor.
That sometimes kicks
in. I mean, drinking, dancing on a helipad.
30 odd floors up. Is it 32? 32, 34 floors
34 floors up. Yeah. I think I'll just be placed firmly on my seat.
Yes, I think we'll be in the middle of the helipad and we'll be one cocktail will do us.
I don't think you tend to walk very close to the edge of when we're walking along.
Not when I'm drinking cocktails.
No. So, on to prices. As of 2024-25, entry is free, like we said, before 9 p.m. So, if you get there after 9 p.m, there will be a charge, and you have to buy at least one drink. Which is fair enough.
Comment, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's roughly £5 to £7 for a cocktail, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you know, for the whole experience.
It is, yeah. I think so.
And there might be a small cover charge at the weekends.
Yeah.
And what to expect. Like we said, there's no safety fencing.
No safety fencing is mad.
You really
wouldn't get it. It just wouldn't be allowed in the UK.
Oh, no chance. You are really on an open helipad. And this is a bit that I wasn't too keen on.
No, the plastic chairs.
Yeah, it's basic furnishings. Plastic chairs, nothing fancy. But I think the experience.
You don't want it too windy, do you? Otherwise they get blown off.
Oh no, can you imagine a chair flying off that building? Yeah. So I think the experience will override.
I love the next comment. It's fantastic raw city skyline vibe. I mean, you're just putting a plastic chair on a helipad and giving you a cocktail. That's raw.
It is. But you know what? I am really hoping and praying that the cocktails are not in plastic glasses.
Oh, yeah. Because there's nothing worse.
That would ruin it for me. Yeah. And like we've already said, rain will close it temporarily because there's no roof on the helipad, as you would expect.
I presume high winds would close it as well.
Yeah. Is it worth it? Definitely. It will give you a unique wow factor with a laid-back, cool atmosphere. I really want to go there.
Oh, we've got to go there, but I think it's mad, and I don't think we'll stay long.
Oh, you've got to go for the experience, haven't you?
Yeah, and the photo op.
Yeah. And it's free to get in. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I just, I like to have more than one cocktail, so I'm a bit nervous about having more than one cocktail.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Look at me, worried about falling off the edge.
We'll be fine. Let us know if you've ever been to any of those places we've just mentioned.
Yeah, or why not come along with us on our journey and experience these things as we experience them. So, yeah, subscribe and come along. We'd love to see you, speak to you along the journey.
Yeah, we definitely like you to come along. So please subscribe so you don't miss anything. And that's it for today. I think we'll probably, we will be back tomorrow. Maybe diving a bit more deeper again into Kuala Lumpur, what other things we're going to do in our month stay there, because we're actually going to be there for a month. Yeah. So we're going to have plenty of time to explore. So maybe we'll chat about something else in Kuala Lumpur tomorrow. If you've got any tips as well or ideas of where you think we should visit from Kuala Lumpur, just let us know. Yeah, so drop something in the comments if you'd like to have a chat. Or there's always our email. Our email's in the description below. If you'd like more one-to-one chat with us. Yeah. So I think that's it for today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Yeah. Take care. Take care. Bye-bye.